Hello Year 3. I'd like to share one of my favourite picture books with you, which we are going to be hooking our maths learning onto this week. And it's a picture book that you may be familiar with, which I absolutely love, and it's called Burglar Bill by Janet Allan Ahlberg, and it's a fantastic story. So let's get reading together. Burglar Bill lives by himself in a tall house full of stolen property. Every night he has stolen fish and chips and a cup of stolen tea for supper. Then he swings a big stolen sack over his shoulder and goes off to work, stealing things. Every morning, Burglar Bill comes home from work and has stolen toast and marmalade and a cup of stolen coffee for breakfast. Then he goes upstairs and sleeps all day in a comfortable stolen bed. I'll show you a picture of him in his comfortable stolen bed. He's got a cat, which is always a good thing. One night, Burglar Bill is working in a little street behind the police station. When he comes to the first house, he climbs in through the bathroom window and shines his torch around. "Oh, that's a nice toothbrush," says Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." And he puts it into his sack. When he comes to the second house, he climbs in through the kitchen window and shines his torch around. "That's a nice tin of beans," says Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." And he puts it into his sack. When he comes to the third house, he climbs in through the bedroom window and shines his torch around. "Oh, that's a nice hat and coat and pair of trousers and socks and shoes," says Burglar Bill. "I'll have them." And he puts them into his sack. When he comes to the 16th house, he stops. There on the front step is a big brown box with little holes in it. "Ooh, that's a nice big brown box with little holes in it," says Burglar Bill. "I'll have that." In the distance, the town hall clock strikes 5. "Time to stop work," says Burglar Bill. He swings the sack over his shoulder, picks up the box and goes home to have his breakfast. After breakfast, Burglar Bill plays with the cat by the fire. Suddenly, he hears a noise. "Whoa, sounds like a police car," says Burglar Bill. But the noise is coming from the big brown box, and it is getting louder. "Sounds like 2 police cars," says Burglar Bill. He creeps up to the box and raises the lid. "Blow me down," he says. "It ain't no police cars. It's a..." If you've read this story before, you know what it's going to be. "Baby!" Burglar Bill puts the baby on the table. "What was you doing in that box, baby?" he says, but the baby only keeps crying. "All alone," says Burglar Bill. He pats the baby's little hand. "A orphan." But the baby only keeps on crying. Then Burglar Bill says, "I know what you want. Grub," which is a word for food. Burglar Bill gives an apple to the baby, but still the baby cries. He gives a slice of toast and marmalade to the baby, but still the baby cries. He gives a plate of beans and a cup of tea to the baby. The baby eats the beans, throws the cup of tea on the floor and starts to laugh. "That's better," says Burglar Bill. "I like a few beans myself." Burglar Bill sits by the fire and wonders what to do. The baby is crying again. He gives the baby a football to play with. The baby throws the football at the cat and keeps on crying. He gives the baby a book to look at. The baby bites a hole in the book and keeps on crying. He sings a song and plays the piano to the baby. The baby cries even louder than ever. Bill falls off the piano stool and bangs his nose on the floor. The baby laughs and shouts, "Again!" "Again?" says Burglar Bill. He rubs his nose. "I didn't want to do that the first time." Burglar Bill bounces the baby on his knee. "So, you can talk," he says. "Say Burglar Bill." "Burglar Bill," says the baby. "Say Peter Piper picked a peck of pipple pepper," said Burglar Bill. "Burglar Bill," says the baby. Suddenly Burglar Bill feels his knee getting wet and smells a smell. "Pooh," he says, "I know what you want." "Pooh," says the baby. Burglar Bill changes the baby's nappy. He doesn't have another one, so he uses an old bath towel instead. "Say, three's a jolly good fellow for changing my nappy," says Burglar Bill. Burglar Bill plays with the baby and shows it round the house. He feeds it again, changes its nappy again, washes its clothes and hangs them on a line in the kitchen. When night comes, he takes the baby for a walk in the park. "Say run for it if you see anybody," says Burglar Bill. "Run for it," the baby says. I love this picture of the park in the moonlight. At 12 o'clock, Burglar Bill comes home, puts the baby to bed and goes to bed himself. Soon he is snoring softly and dreaming of his childhood days. Suddenly, he wakes up. There's a noise. It is a noise that Burglar Bill has heard before, the noise of someone opening a window and climbing carefully in. "Blow me down," says Burglar Bill. "I'm being burgled." Burglar Bill creeps to the top of the stairs. Down below, a torch is shining and a voice says, "Oh, that's a nice umbrella. I'll have that." Burglar Bill creeps down the stairs. The voice says, "That's a nice tin of beans. I'll have that." Burglar Bill creeps along the hall and into the kitchen. The voice says, "Oh, that's a nice date and walnut cake with buttercream filling and icing on the top. I'll have that." Burglar Bill puts on the light. And there, with a black mask over her eyes and her hand in the bread bin, stands a lady. "Who are you?" says Burglar Bill. "I'm Burglar Betty," says the lady. "Who are you?" Burglar Bill puts on his own mask. "Oh," says Burglar Betty, "I know you. It's Burglar Bill. I seen your picture in the Police Gazette." Then she says, "Look here, I'm ever so sorry breaking in like this. If I'd have known—" "Don't mention it," says Burglar Bill. He holds out his hand. "Pleased to meet you." "Likewise, I'm sure," Burglar Betty says. Burglar Bill makes a jug of cocoa and opens a packet of ginger biscuits. The two burglars sit round the kitchen table. "You married, Bill?" says Burglar Betty. "No," says Burglar Bill. "The right woman never come along." He offers the biscuits to Burglar Betty. She takes one and dips it into her cocoa. "Only I just wondered," she says, "seeing these baby things." I'm going to pause the story there because in maths on Tuesday we're going to be looking at how burglars might share some food, and it's all to do with our new maths topic, which is all to do with something called fractions, which is quite tricky, but hopefully we'll get to grips with it together. I'll finish the story with you another time. See you soon, Year 3.